This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Welcome, listeners. I'm your host, Dani, and I'm the first-time reader who's going through this 15-book series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host, Brett, who's a longtime fan of the series, and he's acting as my tour guide on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Aaron Kirkwood. Before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome SH2, the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. We're super excited to have your support, and we really want to thank you for your generosity. In this episode, we're talking about chapters 13 and 14 of The Shadow Rising.
Yeah, so chapter 13 we have Rumors, and chapter 14 we have Customs of Mayene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there are some customs. That's good. There's like a lot of they weren't very long chapters, but there's a lot of little things, and it's just so funny.
There are some things to talk about in here.
I mean, and we gotta backtrack on some of your predictions, and
yeah.
Wow, okay.
A very serious right prediction.
One really important one. Okay.
I also want to know your reaction to when I predicted certain things.
Oh, yeah. I have a little bit to say about that because I need to, put a big asterisk beside that. So, anyways.
Okay.
We'll come back to it.
Okay.
And I got a fun fact to start us off with. And it's not about Customs of Mayene. It's about Customs of Saldea. Because we got, a little bit of a paragraph of things that Fael was thinking about Saldea. Mm-hmm. And one of them stood out to me. And it was the language...
Dance.
Yeah, language of fans.
Yeah, fans.
So I had to totally do a little bit of research and figure out what's up with this fan language.
Okay.
So, first off, it's totally a real thing, but it's also totally not a real thing.
You know what I pictured when she talks about fan language?
No.
Are you scared for me to say what it is?
I don't know.
You cringed a little bit.
Yeah.
When sailors or whatever would have flags.
Oh, yeah.
And you had flags, and then depending on how...
That's in the Navy or something.
Yeah, and then
it's
each... way you hold the flags above your head is a letter, and you spell out letters with the flags.
Totally exactly the same thing.
I bet it's not.
I mean, it's sort of the same thing, actually. It's how you hold your fans. So,
tell me about it.
Need a little bit of backstory here. So first off, fans have, no surprise, been around forever. Not only to keep you cool, but also to keep insects away from food. But the traditional folding fan that a lot of people think about, that originates from Japan around the 17th century. And those are the ones that also became really popular specifically in Europe, like Queen Elizabeth I had those and everything like that. But here's the interesting part. So, apparently fan language, which is holding your fan in different ways, popped up in courts in countries like Spain and England, and it was supposedly used to communicate a more or less secret unspoken language, depending on the positioning and a bunch of different things. So in some cases, we're talking intricate patterns to communicate the letters of the alphabet, kind of like what you were talking about.
Right.
But also less intricate, where it might be just about a dozen signs or so, like yes or no, or follow me, or we're being watched. So it was apparently a thing. However, modern research determined that the whole big language of fans thing was actually just a giant marketing ploy by fan companies to sell more fans.
Nice.
Yeah, so it totally worked. It really worked, and it doesn't mean that a fan language and fan languages didn't exist, because they totally did. It's just, it's over-exaggerated a little bit.
Gotcha.
So yeah, fun facts about fan language.
Cool.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that later on.
Didn't Egwene have a fan a couple chapters ago? When it was really hot out?
Yeah, I think she was just cooling herself off.
Yeah, I don't think it meant anything.
No, that's normal
that's
stuff.
That's just fans.
That's not, playing coy by hiding your face behind the fan.
Ooh. Okay. Well, no one is playing coy this episode.
Nice.
That's for sure.
Good segue.
Thank
there
you.
We go. Okay.
So let's get into things, because last time, after the crazy attack on the stone, Egwene goes flying around in the dream world, finds nothing useful out about the Black Aja, but instead finds her Yoda, who will teach her how to be a better dreamer and not get herself killed.
Yeah, for half a second there, I forgot that she actually legitimately went flying around.
Really?
Yeah, when you're she's flying around, I was like, yeah. But then I was like,
no.
Oh man, she actually was.
She flew around.
That was so bad.
Yeah, so now her plan is to go off to the waste for that.
She is, yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about how she found her Yoda.
Oh, that was good too. I got distracted by my own brain. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because it's totally Yoda.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she's now going to leave her friends to go off for training in some unknown place to her. It's exactly...
Swampland, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly...
Not swamp, but
Luke and Yoda.
Yeah.
In my mind, anyway.
Egwene can also be Luke Skywalker.
Yep, cool. A lot of people can be Luke Skywalker.
It's not just Rand.
It's not just Rand. So, Avienda is being forced to go to the waste.
Yes.
Obviously for her Wise One training.
Yeah, we got hinted at that, like, originally since we met her, too.
Right, yeah. And now she's being forced into it. And Elena and Nynaeve are going to Tanchico on a fast ship.
Yeah.
Okay, we also saw Matt sulking around last time we saw him because no one would hang out with him.
Yeah, he was having a bad time.
Like, to the point where he actually asked Egwene for help.
Yeah, in a weird way, because he didn't know what he was asking.
Right. And then we also had Perrin and Fael. They were last seen fighting Trollocs during the attack.
Yeah. So not dead.
Not dead.
Good.
Right. That's what Moraine says.
Yeah.
And we find out.
Like, because Rand saw them down a hallway or something like that.
Right, they were fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into chapter 13, Rumors. And I have to say, when I read the chapter title, I actually thought it was going to be more about Perrin, because he was doing all that rumor hunting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it is not. Although, sort of, it is.
Well, it sort of is, sort of isn't.
It sort of is, sort of isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we get the dice picture, which typically means Matt, and then we jump right into a Matt perspective. He's in some tavern, sulking by himself. He is too distracted to even look at the serving girl's ankles.
Oh my goodness. That's how you know you're having a bad time?
Whoa.
Is because you can't look at the ankles.
You just don't even want, you don't even care.
Not in the mood.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. But to be fair, he just witnessed a bunch of crap go down during the attack on the stone.
Yeah.
So this is just later that night.
It's kind of funny. We're getting like the perspectives of everybody right after. So
I like it. I like this writing style.
It's kind of funny, but in book time, like we're 200 pages in, but it's like a day has passed.
For a while.
For most of it. Yeah. So
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days. It's been like a very short amount of time.
Yeah. Okay, so turns out, here's what Matt was up to during the attack on the stone.
Yeah, this is good.
A gray man had snuck into his room, and Matt killed it with a knife.
Way to go.
So go, Matt.
Good for you.
That's actually really impressive.
Recognizes there and then kills it.
Yes. I also have a question about whether or not any gray men tried to attack Perrin.
We never got anything about that.
No, and we don't hear, even when we get into a Perrin perspective. I wonder if we will, because we know for sure that gray men were after Perrin.
Yeah.
We know that for sure.
Yeah.
And we get that gray men were after Matt and after Rand.
Yes, all separately.
And so this attack sounds like it started with a gray man, like, infiltration.
Yeah, so it's totally possible that Perrin also got attacked. We just haven't really seen a chance for him to
Yeah, it
recall
just
what
made
happened,
me think
so.
about him and whether or not he was part of that.
Definitely.
So, after Matt kills the gray man, he goes to run away, but then he sees a Murdral coming at him, and he throws, like, the knife at the Fade's face, and the Fade just, like, doesn't react to a knife in its face.
No, that's not
something?
what happens.
Oh.
He deflects it with his sword.
Oh.
Yeah. He bats it. Yeah, he totally bats it over the air.
I thought it, like, got him in the face where his eyes should be, and then he just, like, bats away the knife out of his face.
Okay, let me check.
No, I think you're right. Sometimes I misinterpret things to be more exciting than they actually are.
Oh yeah, the Fade's black sword blurred as it knocked the dagger away. Almost casually.
Okay.
But what he says, time to die.
Horn sounder.
Yeah.
And so I went, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I have been curious about what the Forsaken or Dark Friends or whoever, like, why they're interested in killing Matt, other than just the fact that he's Taviran, he's part of the tripod. Like, we get that, but now we get very specifically...
Yeah.
That's an issue for some Forsaken. Clearly.
So you know what's really interesting is if you recall back to the end of the Great Hunt in the Sky Battle in Falma, Baalzamon at the time thinks it was Rand who blew the horn.
Yeah.
But now it's confirmed that it is in fact Matt who blew the horn. So like now they know. They didn't know at the time, so they're not like omniscient or anything like that.
No.
It's really hard to say, but we know now that they know that Matt is the horn sounder.
Okay. And I guess it doesn't matter how they know?
I guess not.
Okay.
Well, okay, it does, but it also, like, you know, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
But,
okay.
But it totally does.
Okay, so then something else happens.
Yeah, something really exciting.
Yeah, then a bunch of Trollocs run in out of nowhere and start fighting the Fade
Yeah.
until it's dead.
They just hack it apart.
And then the Trollocs who didn't die just like run away.
Yeah. Well,
So
they like
he
sniff
was
them. They sniff them out.
Yeah, so he
And
was also saved by Trollocs.
Hey, how about that?
So
prediction time with Dani, I guess. Like, I don't know how do you want to talk about this? Like, what's going on?
Okay. Originally,
Yeah.
last episode, I said this was clearly Lanfear's doing.
You did say
keeping
that.
Rand alive.
Yeah.
Based on what she said when he was like, "Did you save me?" And she's like, I can't confirm that.
Didn't say yes, didn't say no.
But it sounded like, to me, she was saying yes. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with that prediction.
Okay.
Which means that Lanfear also saved Matt.
Okay, so she gave commands
To Trollocs.
to Trollocs that maybe...
And potentially a Fade who controls those Trollocs. Because Rand saw two Fades fighting each other.
That's true.
So potentially one Fade got a command, and the Trollocs that Fade commands, they were told to keep Matt and Rand and maybe Perrin even alive.
You know, I can see that because we know Forsaken kind of do their own thing. So we have one army of the Trollocs and Fades from somebody.
Yeah.
And then the defending from Lanfear, and Lanfear gave the orders to, like, you know, don't let the boys die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, especially Rand. I thought it was the whole, like, just like lose Theron. She doesn't want her lover dead.
Yeah.
But even in her interactions with Matt,
it
didn't sound like she wants him dead.
No, it definitely didn't.
She wants to use him. Like, she wants them alive.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
So, maybe, if I stick with the same prediction, that's what has to make sense here.
You just have to make a bigger circle to include, like, don't let the boys die. Or at least Matt.
Right.
So.
Yes. Okay. So, he's drawing shapes on the table with his finger.
Yeah.
And he absent-mindedly draws an open door.
What?
Yeah, and so I'm thinking about doorways.
Okay, obviously.
And
as one naturally would.
Right, and so he's obviously thinking about the doorway.
Yeah. Well, we know he went in and looked.
Yeah.
And then ran away.
Yeah, and called himself a fool.
Yeah, fool to do that. No way, no how. Not Natrim Cawthon.
No, never.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's sitting and sulking in this tavern. And he's sort of half listening to, like, all these other idiots in the place talk.
Yeah.
About, like, what's going on in the world. Like, they think that Rand is another false dragon or something stupid.
Yeah, basically just a bunch of idiots, like, shooting the shit at the bar.
Yeah. And then Matt hears a familiar name, and he feels the need to go over to those people.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it matters who they are. Like, should I have recognized these people?
No. There's nothing that I can call back.
There's just, like, description of people.
It's nobody that we can really tell that we've seen before.
No, because I thought maybe it was that guy.
Ah, that guy, yeah.
The thief catcher?
Hurin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought maybe because he's in the mall.
Oh, wait, no, not like, Hurin. Hurin's the Foldarn.
Huon?
No.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't
not
it?
Huon.
Juan?
Julian.
Julian Sanders.
Julian Sandar. Yeah. But we're talking about Julian Sandar.
That's who I thought. Because he's in the place with the mud on the streets.
Yeah, it's not that guy.
And then I also thought maybe like Mother Gwenna. Like I thought we were going to get a call back to something or someone
Mother
that he
Gwenna
knows
is not
in the tavern.
pounding beers at the
Well, she might. I don't
she
know.
might be, but she's not here. She's not doing that right now.
Yeah. So it turns out it's not like the name of a person he recognizes.
Okay, that's the point of
that
this.
That was the problem. Is I was like, okay, what's the name of the person he recognizes? But
it's the name of the place. Oh my god, that's way worse.
Yeah, it's the Two Rivers.
Yeah.
So these people think that Matt is some lord, and they are kind of scared of him and tell him basically everything they know. And I think this just comes back to that whole class structure in Tyr.
100%.
Because they're scared of lords.
And last time we saw Matt, he was gambling with lords dressed like a lord, and he's got the money of a lord.
Yeah.
But he's insisting he's not a lord.
Yeah.
So there's more of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it turns out there's no tobacco coming out of the Two Rivers this year. And there is word that the White Cloaks are searching for the Dragon Reborn and a man with yellow eyes.
Not just a man, it's a dark friend with yellow eyes.
Oh, a dark friend with
obviously,
yellow eyes. Those are the worst kind.
Those are the worst kind. I hate those ones the most.
So Matt wants to know if there are rumors of them hunting anyone else.
Yeah.
Because the three of them have typically been lumped together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. Like, who else? He's asking about himself.
About himself.
Yeah.
But nope, not him. And then Matt gives these people a gold crown and leaves.
Yeah. And the merchant was like, oh man, I thought I was going to get my throat cut.
Yeah.
Because stupid drunk lords.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he gets back to the stone. He goes straight to Perrin, who is in his room packing up his bags. And Matt says, oh, so you've heard then.
The rumors. Huh? That's the chapter title. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, yeah, chapter title, rumors.
Oh my god.
And that's when I said I thought it would have to do with Perrin.
Yeah.
So.
And it does. It totally does.
Yeah. So
Kinda,
turns
sorta.
out he has her too while searching for rumors of adventure to entice Fail into leaving without him. Just still the dumbest plan that I can't get over.
Can I just like put a big disclaimer here and just like from now until the end of this episode, I think Perrin's just a total absolute moron the entire chapter. Can I put that out there?
Sure.
He's a total idiot. I don't like just the worst.
I think he has one redeeming part and I'll let you know what it is.
Okay, you let me know.
Yeah. But yes, I agree.
He's the worst.
He's the worst. So, Perrin believes this rumor because it is very specific about him.
Oh yeah.
And he knows that White Cloaks want to kill him.
There's specifically a specific dark friend, or well, dark friend, no,
White Cloak,
White Cloak, searching for him. So
so it turns out Perrin went to tell Rand, and Rand was all crazed and muttering to himself, "I knew he'd do it. He said he would do it. I should have believed him."
And who's he talking about?
Fane, definitely.
Super bad that also Fane is there with the White Cloaks.
Yes,
like it all kind of makes sense, but I
does.
don't think Perrin can recognize that Fane would also.
No.
Because Rand totally doesn't have a complete conversation with Perrin with this.
No. No, and now that we're talking about it, if they're going into Emmons Field, is Fane going to pretend to be... Is he capable of being like the peddler again? You know?
Well, that's the thing.
Because
all the people from Two Rivers...
everyone knows him.
They know Fane as Fane the Peddler.
Well.
Yeah. I wonder how that's going to go.
I'm interested.
Oh, I'm very interested too.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good thing to think about before we get there.
Because he can't just be Ordeeth.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, people know that he's Fane.
Yeah.
Because he was the peddler for the Two Rivers for literally years. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
So, in his crazy ramblings, Rand also tells Perrin that he has to do what they don't expect, and we already know that.
Yes.
So, Perrin wants to know if Matt is going to go with him, and maybe on some level Matt wants to go, like to protect his family, but he can't make himself say he will go.
Yeah, and we've seen that already before again with the whole Tom thing. Matt is totally sucked into the whirlwind of whatever Rand is doing here.
Definitely.
But I do want to talk about, just back to the whole Rand and Perrin conversation, Rand clearly isn't going to do anything about the Two Rivers.
Maybe.
Well, from the conversation, Matt's pissed off at Rand also because Rand's like not doing anything. Because it says Rand could swoop in with Kalendor and like vaporize the White Cloaks, basically.
Yeah,
but he's not going to do that.
Well, they don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, unexpected.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but he does seem relieved that Perrin is going, so like there's not a disconnect there.
Right. Now, here's a thought I just had.
Sure.
Perrin must have heard these rumors before the attack.
I can get on board with that.
Because this is the night of the attack.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a chance he went and talked to Rand before the attack.
Okay.
And he was planning on starting to like pack up his bags and stuff, and then
the attack started.
And
now he's like
and
back
now
to
he's
it.
like, okay, now I really gotta go.
Yeah.
And because Rand sort of said that he had like just figured out his plan.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And then Lanfear gives him an idea.
Like an extra piece of little advice.
Yeah, but it sounds like he also like just figured it out also.
Yeah.
So maybe the Two Rivers is part of his plan.
Okay, I like that.
I don't know. If that's something they wouldn't expect, like, I don't know.
We kind of got to hear Rand's plan tomorrow.
I know, I can't wait.
I know. Oh,
oof.
I sure hope that it comes and happens exactly how you think it will.
Yeah. Well, because now we know Perrin is going to the Two Rivers, and we know that Egwene is going to the Waste.
Yeah.
And we know, like, everyone's sort of dispersing.
Well, that's a big thing, too.
And
this
is Rand
like
going to go with someone?
The leaving points. Elaine and Nynaeve are going to Tanchico.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like you said, Egwene and Avienda to the waste. And then what's Rand's plan? Where is he going?
Yeah.
So.
Don't know. You know.
I know. Where's Matt going?
I think Matt's going through the doorway. But we'll talk about that later.
Okay. We get a
He's going to get lost in there
man.
Forever and ever. So, bye, Matt.
See you never, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Back to this, though. Because Matt, on some level, wants to protect his family. He can't make himself say he'll go, but Matt is also super confused as to why the White Cloaks would be looking for Perrin anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, if they ask for someone with yellow eyes, no one in the Two Rivers knows about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then Perrin's like, no, they know my name. They know me.
They know
They're
everything
gonna find
about
my
him.
family. I need to go.
It's so bad.
And Matt's like, okay.
You know what? And this would be a great opportunity for communication between the guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But they just, like, don't.
Yeah. Especially because crazy shit is happening all, like, now, more than ever. There's no judgment.
I mean, Perrin
right?
could be like, yo, man, I killed a couple White Cloaks, and also they saw me, and then, like, they know it's me. So, this one dude has this crazy vendetta against me. So, you know, I gotta go back.
I think that Perrin thinks he's the only one who's done straight up murder.
Okay.
And he doesn't want...
Good moral argument.
He doesn't want Matt
to judge him for being a
murderer.
Yeah.
Whereas Matt also probably feels that he's a murderer and doesn't want other people to know.
Because he's killed people?
Yeah, they've all done it.
They've
and
all
if they
killed
all
people.
knew it, then they could just be like a band of murderers that travel together.
I think murder is a little bit harsh. It's
I know.
harsh. It's harsh.
Well, you tell me what else they are.
Enders of bad guys'
Justice.
lives is dispensers of justice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what it's called.
I'm cool with that. It's like the superhero thing.
It's not bad if the good guy's doing it.
Yes. Cool.
Totally nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's go.
All right. So then they talk for a little bit about how they have different paths to go down, and Matt asks Perrin to tell his family that he's all right.
That's super sweet.
Yeah.
Aw.
I know.
His da and his ma and his sisters. Yeah.
Okay. So Matt leaves Perrin's room, thinking about his sisters.
Yep.
And then he sees Barrelane walking down the hall, and he bows and says good evening, and she doesn't even acknowledge him, which pisses him off, and he yells at her.
Yeah. It's okay. It's bad.
Then she stops and looks at him, but then mutters to herself, too much like me.
So good.
And
it's
then
such a good reaction.
Walks off without talking to him.
But it's like, what goes on in Barrelane's head?
Yeah. Is this someone I can seduce and control?
Too much like me.
Nah. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but he doesn't know. He has no idea.
You know, and I get both sides of it. It's like, hey, Matt, don't just yell at women that you want the attention
He's
of.
so frustrated.
But he's been turned down over and over again, and I can feel this like pent up frustration.
Yeah.
Doesn't excuse it, but anyways.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he starts thinking about the maid who like nibbles his ear the right way.
The just plump enough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has a very confusing series of thoughts.
It makes no sense in his own brain.
About being kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the last words he said to Perrin were like, look after my sisters. Almost like he was dying. Like, that's how I interpreted that. Like
he's got some weird internal conflicts.
And then he goes, oh, you know, like, I've already decided. He knows what to do. But then he takes out a coin and flips it. And it turns out to be a Tarvalin mark. And it lands flame side up.
Of course it had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the only thing I can make any sense of out of this is if I connect the doorway terangrial with this, because it's like he's already decided.
He's got this, and
kind of thing, right? Like he's not going to go to the Two Rivers. He's obviously not going to like Tanchico, or he's not going he's not staying here.
Also, he keeps rambling about needing answers to things and the holes in his head, and it's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And Egwene happened to like give him this really big critical piece of information here
yeah.
for no reason.
I'm kind of excited. I really hope I'm right.
So you think he's going to go through the door? Let's get it on the table. You think Matt's going to go through the doorway to get answers?
Yeah.
And we don't know what that means, by the way.
No idea.
So like, Buddy's going to get answers, truthful answers.
Yeah.
That don't have consequences.
If he asked the right questions
the right
way.
Do you think that Matt Trimcothen is going to ask the right questions in the right way to have zero consequences to his actions?
Yes. He is Taviran.
I didn't think you... Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to say that.
Nah, he's being pulled to do it.
He does seem to definitely be being pulled
Like,
to
there's
something.
no way in any other, like, for any other reason that he would have felt the need to talk to Egwene. Like, she is not someone that he would be like, hey,
Can I get some advice?
can you advise me on something? Like, no.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that no one was hanging out with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was maybe a Taviran pull.
Hey, Matt, you got to go do something, and this is the way to do it.
Learn about this crazy thing, and you're just crazy enough to do it.
I like it. Okay.
I don't know, because I had said before that he wasn't going to. He was just going to look at it and run away, and that happened.
He did do that.
But now he's still thinking about it.
Shoot.
You see?
Round 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so. Because he says, burn all Aes Sedai and burn Randall Thor for getting me into this. And a servant walking by stops, and Matt just, like, throws his money at him.
Yeah.
And then he walks off thinking, I'm the biggest fool in the world. And that's what he thought when he ran away from the doorway.
Biggest fool.
Biggest fool.
So he's going to be a gigantic fool, and he's going to do it?
Sure hope so.
All right.
I want someone to go in there. I'm so curious about
Somebody
that thing.
better. Don't, like, just drop this and then nobody goes through.
No.
Oh, man.
And they're all leaving.
Like in the morning.
Yeah.
So, Perrin's leaving. The Rand plan is coming forward.
I guess Moraine is still sort of waiting to hear what Rand's plan is.
Yeah.
Because she sort of said to the girls, I'm waiting to see what his move is.
Yeah.
And I hope I don't have to use this thing.
We'll know more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the end of this chapter.
Yeah, yeah. Now let's get into the juicy bit.
This is so good.
Let's talk about this hussy from Mayene.
Oh my god, okay, so chapter 14, Customs of Mayene, and we get the wolf picture, which are two interesting things to have together.
Ah, okay.
So we get Perrin's point of view.
Yep.
We enter with Perrin just as Matt has left his room, and we get that he was hurt during the fight, but Fael had helped him out, and they were like a good fighting duo.
Yes, and more importantly, he takes off his shirt.
Sure, okay. I have something to say about that. You're gonna laugh so hard at me.
Okay.
And my lack of reading skills. I'm bad at reading sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
You were so excited that you couldn't
it.
read the words properly. That's how you
That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. We'll get to it though. So he's still packing.
Yeah.
And he thinks that when the sun comes up, he's gonna find Loyal. And I think, nice, that guy. Like, we haven't seen him.
I put that too, because it's like, we're 240 pages in. No one's even mentioned Loyal.
Yeah.
No one's, like, casually, offhandedly mentioned him.
Talking to him, hanging out with him. Like, Matt, if you have no one to hang out with, I bet Loyal would hang out with you.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What happened to Loyal during the fight?
That's a question I have also.
I want to hear your predictions.
I don't know.
You tell me what happened to Loyal during the Stone of Tyr fight. It was like this big thing. Keep in mind, nobody else in the entire like city of Tyr, what we heard last chapter, nobody knows anything happened.
No.
Like it was all internal, which makes sense. It's a giant mountain castle, but
yeah, it's soundproof.
Yeah, soundproof.
But there were like alarm gongs.
It was
going
sneaky,
but yeah. Anyway, I have no idea. Probably killed some Trollocs and feels bad about it. Like
we know he manhandled one in Cairhien with Rand.
He can kill if he wants to.
He can.
He should be trained by Lan. Didn't we talk about this already?
Loyal trained by Lan?
Yeah.
Do we talk about that?
I think so at one point.
Maybe
in a bonus episode? I
can't remember. Okay.
Maybe I dreamed it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sounds good though.
That's how I would watch that dream.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, then the door opens and he smells perfume and it's not Fael, it's Barreling.
Yeah.
And I went, aha, interesting.
Matt just left Perrin's room, came across Barreling. Barreling's head to Perrin's room.
It's eerily similar to
Barreling leaving Rand's room?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Perrin going to Rand's room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
What did you read wrong?
I haven't got there yet.
Okay.
You'll get there.
Okay.
So she's pulling the old Mayene hussy trick.
Uh-huh.
Sleeping with dudes for power.
Yep.
And control.
It's not a bad trick.
It's, not great.
Well, okay, asterisk, we haven't seen her sleep with anybody, so, like, hold up.
We certainly see her trying, like it works in the past.
We see
her
just doesn't work seducing people.
It just doesn't work on these farm boys.
I've seen nothing to condemn her yet.
I feel like her actions
I've seen seduction techniques, that's it.
Okay. Well, that's just because she keeps getting turned down. So he says he's leaving in the morning, and she says that she is too, and she should have left a while ago, but after tonight, she definitely needs to go. And then she does the folding her arms under her boobs thing.
Yep.
But not because she's pissed, because she's pushing her boobs up for Perrin to look at.
Because Perrin doesn't have a shirt on.
Yes.
Don't forget that.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. So, Perrin is confused and wants to know why she's even here telling him all this.
I love it. Perrin doesn't get it. Once again, we're back on the Perrin doesn't understand anything that's going on.
Yeah. And Berelaine says she wants Perrin to relay the message to Rand for her. And he says, no, get a servant to do it. I won't see Rand again. And she's like, no, you do it. And he's like, no.
Aren't you listening?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, so this is Perrin's redeeming quality here.
Okay.
Because I like that he's not falling for her, like, seduction.
Perrin is 100% idiot, like innocent, but he's also an idiot.
I like that he's at least standing by the things he's saying. Like, this gives him some points for me, because he's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I said no. Do it yourself. Get a servant to do it. I'm not doing things for you just because you're a pretty woman. Like, I like that.
That's fair, yeah. That I agree. Redeeming Perrin isn't like entrapped by her beauty.
Yeah.
He isn't like kind of hitting on her.
Because he could just be like, you know, oh, nice, sweet Perrin, doesn't know how to say no, doesn't stand up for himself. Like, that's what Fael told him he needs to be more like. Stand up for
yourself.
Yeah.
And Perrin's like, no.
Because I think before he might have been like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
You know, you're the first of Mayene. You clearly want me to do this for you. Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But no, he stands up for, I like it.
All right. I will grant you that. Absolutely. That's good. The rest of it, he's terrible.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
So.
Perrin frustrates me so much.
Yeah. So then he thinks about how he's naked from the waist up. And I have to tell you, I read this wrong.
Naked from the waist down?
Guess, no. No. Guess who I thought was naked from the waist up in this scene?
Berelaine?
Yes.
How?
I don't, well...
She just, like, exposed herself?
Yeah, she pulled down her top. It's like a sleeveless thing.
Oh, dang. That changes everything.
The entire scene. When Fael comes in...
Whoa, you thought she was... Oh, wow.
Even
okay,
in my notes, my second read-through, I wrote, there's no boob debate here.
Wow.
I read the whole thing completely wrong.
I want to read your version of these books.
Right.
I need you to just like rewrite them. Oh man, okay.
Yeah, because I thought he looks up and he's suddenly aware that she's naked from the waist up.
And then Fael walks in.
Yes.
Oh man, oh my god.
And that's why I thought Fael loses her shit so bad.
Yeah, oh man.
I mean, like, it is bad.
It's bad, but it's like your version is way worse.
Boobs totally exposed.
Oh
I thought, wow.
Yeah, how is she not saying nothing?
Yeah,
amazing.
Good for her.
Incredible.
But then she loses her shit, so
she
like
does.
It made sense. It changes the whole scene.
I don't even know. Okay, let's go on the
because that was such a small part of it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I should put a shirt on, and he does.
Because what happens if Fael walks in? You know, good timing on Perrin to get his shirt on. Because that would also probably be bad if.
Yeah, but she doesn't like that his shirt is untucked.
Nah.
So like.
Yep.
So okay. Anyway, he puts his shirt on. Berelaine asks where he's going with her boobs in her shirt.
Boobs are in, yep.
Not out. And he tells her that he's going home to the Two Rivers. And so he keeps trying to kick her out, and I need to have another talk with Berelaine about consent.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Read the room, lady.
He said no.
Go away now.
Time for you to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I thought her boobs were out.
That's way worse.
Yeah. So she keeps at him about knowing he's a blacksmith somehow, and how she needs one of those in Mayene.
She's landed on pretty thick.
Yeah, because she wants some metalwork done on the windows of her bedchamber.
Is she the metalwork?
Yeah.
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 Get it?
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's like, you should come with me instead. What a nice trip that'll be. And finally he's like, go away now.
Goodbye.
The end.
You're probably tired.
Yeah. And she says, fine, perhaps another day. I always get what I want.
Ooh, okay.
So, she's totally going to kidnap Perrin, and she's the Hawk for sure. This solidified everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, she's the Hawk for sure.
100%. I'll tell you more later in this chapter. For sure.
Why did you open with she's going to kidnap Perrin?
Well, because it's just...
Like, let's address that first of all.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
It's just like, she's like, he doesn't want to go with her.
Okay.
And she always gets what she wants.
Hold up, because we got
Perrin.
a viewing vision prophecy type thing
of a hawk putting a leash on Perrin.
So you think it's like an actual like she's gonna legit kidnap Perrin?
Yeah.
I love that too.
I think that maybe in like a not tie you up with a sack and steal you kind of way.
Yeah.
But
something's close enough to like be indistinguishable.
It's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
She is gonna be a problem for Perrin and Fael. 100%.
Okay.
She's the hot. Like, there's no denying it. At the end of this chapter, you have to tell me I was right.
So I'm gonna give you this.
Because I'm gonna give you more that's, like, solidifying this.
Okay. After you give me more, then we'll come back to it, because I do want to say something about something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where Fael comes in.
Which is great. Let's get Fael into this picture. Yeah.
And this is way worse of a scene when I thought Berline's boobs were out.
I feel like we need a warning sign. Danger, danger, danger.
Right. So, anyway, Fael comes in and says that she heard a rumor, but then stops and sees Berline. Berline ignores her and walks up to Perrin and does some weird rubbing his face thing, and then says to remember that she always gets what she wants.
Yeah, just like super power move by Berline here. Oh, this is like, oof.
This is kidnappy. In my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like super seduction, and also she's intentionally just like pissing off Fael on
100%,
purpose.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Perrin...
Sorry, I just had to... One more thing. Because Perrin rejected Berline over and over and over again when
I don't
Fael...
think Berline likes being rejected so much.
She's probably not used to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, fair. But Perrin rejected her repeatedly only when Fael wasn't in the room. And Fael walks in, she does this like running her hands along his body thing, and he doesn't do anything.
He like freezes.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like Fael doesn't see him reject her.
Of course not.
It's like the opportune moment would be for him to be like,
I told you to leave.
Yeah, like get out of here, Berline.
Nah.
Yeah.
But she does it too fast, and he's like, wah! I don't know. I can only imagine his brain just goes, danger, danger. And,
just like, yeah. Oh, man. Okay.
But you know what this does do? Provides him the opportunity to throw rocks at his dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. To make it go away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before.
Okay.
Because Rand did this.
Break my heart here with the boys, his best friends.
Yeah, he did do that.
And he like threw rocks at his friend. And he yelled at Loyal in front of the Shyanarans who were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna make me cry here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was super sad. And now Perrin's throwing rocks at Fael to make her go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he does. So Berline leaves. And Perrin braces, waiting for the Fael jealousy explosion.
Fair. You should be alert for that.
And then Fael just pretends like nothing happened.
And that's way worse. I can tell you, officially, it's worse when they say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's coming later.
Especially with, like, women who tend to speak their minds.
Oh, that's even worse.
When they don't say something.
No, you've done something wrong.
Yeah. You can speak from experience. That's all right. I own it. It's all good.
No, it's good.
So she sees his bags like in the middle of being packed, and she says, "Oh, you've heard the rumors then?" And Perrin says, "It's more than a rumor. I have to go, and I'm going before Moiraine knows I'm gone."
Yeah, because she's gonna try and stop us. And really, I don't know if that's even true.
I don't think Moiraine gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she does, but she's way bigger things to worry about right now.
Yeah.
So Fael is like, "But Perrin, that journey will take weeks." And I think, don't say it.
Say it. Say it.
Don't
say it. Do it. Okay.
And he's like, "Don't worry about it, man. I'm traveling the ways."
Yeah, been there, done that. Gonna take a couple of days.
Oh my god. Okay, so
great.
I'm so torn with how I feel about this. Because it has been a full book before we... like.
Has it been long enough?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
If it was just gonna be like the constant go-to, I think it would have annoyed me more. And that's what I felt in book 2 and season 2 when I was super annoyed with using the ways all the time. And that was annoying.
Sure.
I felt like
For like the one time they did it.
Well, no, they tried to do it and stuff.
They tried one other time.
Well, no, they tried in the garden at Barthanas's, and then they tried again at the steading.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
I know, but it was
and I mean, the girls went via the ways. But...
Yeah, oh yeah, and then there was that
Okay.
too. There was so much ways travel.
Okay, there's more
that
than
I was like,
okay.
this is too convenient.
Yeah, it's
I
like
thought
fast
these
travel.
places were supposed to be, like this place is supposed to be so bad that you're not allowed or supposed to travel it or even leave the ways without becoming some lump of an old deer.
It's only super bad for two reasons. One, because it's super dark, and second, because Machen Shin haunts the ways. But you gave us a theory about Machen Shin.
Yeah, who's like obsessed with Rand now, apparently.
Yeah, because Fane.
Yeah, because Fane. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You made that like 2 books ago.
I think we've had enough time.
Sure.
And enough travel without the ways being used that this is okay.
This isn't like a storytelling plot thing, like use it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think Perrin probably could just travel a couple weeks and get there.
Sure.
Right? But yeah, we'll use the ways.
Well, here's a better question. Do you really want to read about Perrin traveling for weeks to the two rivers?
We wouldn't hear about it. We wouldn't hear about it. It would just be too boring. And it would just be like the next time we hear from Perrin, he's there.
Okay, that's fair too.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like his trip with Moraine and Lan.
And they're in Tyr.
From Alien to Tyr.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah.
So she thinks he's a crazy idiot. And he's like, don't worry, I've done it before and I'm taking Loyal too.
Yeah.
He's going to help me.
Because he can read the signs.
Yeah. And you know, I don't even think they're all friends with Loyal at this point.
They haven't talked to him.
I think they just keep him around for like convenient moments like this.
That's rude.
Well,
no, they're being rude.
Convince me otherwise.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're being rude.
I thought you meant I was being rude by saying it.
Yeah.
No, I really don't know.
Okay.
I think Rand's the only one who's actually friends with Loyal.
Aw, yeah, I can see that. He had the original connection with him, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Loyal's all like, I want to be a part of this story, so.
Yes, he's writing a story.
It's mutual gain.
All right. So now Fael is like, okay, cool. I like adventure. Maybe Tom will come with us and write a story, and then we can be the heart of the story, and not dumb Rand Dragon Reborn.
And did you catch it where she's like, I guess he's just a gleeman. It'd be better if we had a bard.
Yeah.
But he is a bard.
He is a bard.
Hilarious.
But Perrin's like, no, I'm going alone with Loyal. And she's like, all right, so we're going to need a bunch of stuff. Better get prepared. And like, poor Perrin, because no one's listening to him.
Nope.
At all.
Rightfully, because he's being a total, like...
Well, no, I meant
idiot.
like Berylane. Like, he wasn't listening to Berylane.
Yeah, she's not listening to him.
She's not listening to him.
If he stopped saying stupid things, I mean, people could start listening to him.
Yeah, he's stupid. But he was saying, go away, get out of my room, and she wasn't listening to him. So, like, poor Perrin. And then he's like, it's going to be too dangerous, and I care about you, and I don't want you to get hurt. And she's like, and we need lamps, and oil, and blankets.
The only issue is he doesn't actually say any of those things. He doesn't say it's too dangerous and I don't want to get you hurt. He never vocalizes that. So it's just like, you're not going with me. It's just me by myself.
Right.
And then it gets worse.
Yeah.
Answer better.
Yeah. So he says he's going without her, and that's it. Here is where everything she has been holding in comes pouring out her mouth, coming out the top of her head.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, she's like, do you think Berylane will go with you? Would you prefer for her to sit on your lap and squeal and tuck your shirt in? And why is it so dark in here? Does Berylane like the dark?
And Perrin answers in the worst way possible.
Well, here comes the classic throw rocks at your dog to make it run away.
Yeah. This is so sad.
Yeah. So Dick move because he's just like, oh yeah, Berylane is so nice to look at. I do like her a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I might go and visit her in Mayene afterwards.
She did invite me.
Yeah. It's so bad. It's like, but it's classic like angry breakup of two people who are in like just this contentious...
unhealthy relationship. I think that they do have a lot of positives. I think that they are good for each other. They just need to learn some communication. Maybe some couples therapy.
They're young and they don't know how to communicate their feelings.
100%. Like everyone else in this book.
Yeah.
Show me one person in this book who knows how to communicate their feelings. Elaine? No, even she was bad at it.
Yeah, she wasn't that good either.
She tried.
She did try. Sort of.
I'm fond of you. More than fond.
Are you telling me that wasn't crystal clear? I don't know. Okay. Maybe she'll like, okay.
I haven't met anyone yet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was going to say like, oh, I don't know. Moraine's like, nope,
I would
she's
say Moraine,
terrible at communicating.
No. Moraine is terrible at communicating for a point. I think that her and Lan communicate together.
That's fair.
Maybe.
They do seem to be
more
like
better.
More better than other people.
Better than like the average bear.
Yeah.
Couple, but
yeah.
Okay. All right. So she's pissed off and storms out, and he stops himself from following her and then says out loud to no one instead of saying it to her like he should. But of course, he like doesn't want her to hate him for being a murderer. I don't really know what his thought process is.
Well, it's the second half of this that is the big thing.
Oh, right. Okay. So that he killed White Cloaks and he's going to die to save his family, and she would try to stop it so she can't know.
Yeah. So he's going to go back to the Two Rivers and like turn himself into the authorities so that they can execute him for killing the White Cloaks.
Yes.
His plan is stupid. He's stupid.
Well,
it's all terrible.
I have to tell you, I actually don't think this is stupid.
Really?
If you think you're wanted for murder, and the people who want you are gonna go torture your family to find out information about you, and you've been tortured by them, so you know what that's like?
Sure.
He's gonna go turn himself in.
Or you go and kill all of them.
Well, that's clearly...
Why isn't that an option?
Well, that's clearly what's going to end up happening.
You go get your buddy Randall Thor, get Kalendor, and go and vaporize all the White Cloaks like Matt said.
Rand is way too...
He's occupied.
Okay, but continuing here, he doesn't want Fail to stop him from going to self-sacrifice to save his family.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess.
Fine, I guess. Okay.
So he's like, well, now she hates me and wants to leave, so she'll be happy about that, and she'll never think about me again, so phew.
That's how feelings work, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's right.
And then in the Morgan Freeman narrator voice, but he couldn't have been more wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Scene change.
Yes. Oh, this is so good.
I was so excited.
Oh, man.
Fail, and I went, cool.
Oh, no.
No, this is great.
Yeah.
Just wait till you hear some of the things I have to say about this. So, she just left Perrin's room and is super pissed. She's thinking about Perrin with Berylane, and now she's mad at both of them. And she sees Berylane ahead of her because she totally tracked her down.
Well, and also in her own brain, she's like, I didn't even know where I was going. But it's like, you totally did know where you were going. You're going to go hunt down Berylane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she yells at Berylane, Perrin belongs to me. Keep your hands and smiles away from him. But she definitely has a hard time controlling herself, and she doesn't want to be doing this. Like, I love her inner monologue the entire time.
Because it's you?
No! What?
It's like the third you're watching yourself and you're like, this is bad. Don't do this, but you can't help doing it.
Like what? When have I ever done that in my whole life?
I mean, hypothetically.
Uh-huh, sure.
Yeah.
It's all the time. Okay. But anyway, she is doing this anyway, and she's like, this is so embarrassing, but she can't help herself. Like, she never wanted to be that girl fighting over a man. But then Berylane says, oh, I see no collar on him.
Yeah, I don't see no ring on that finger.
Yeah, but the collar part got me. Because what do you attach a leash to?
Collar. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and then this is where Fail is talking about the whole fan language thing.
Well, yeah, that's because Berylane calls her a serving girl, or are you a farm girl?
Stupid farmer's daughter or something that pisses her off because she's like, I know how to say stuff with fans.
Yeah. Well, we get some customs of Saldea, like reciting poetry while hawking, riding out in a hunt, and then playing the cittern, which apparently isn't a real thing, I don't think.
Oh.
It's a bittern, but I think a cittern is the instrument that they've created for this.
All right.
It's a weird thing. Anyways. Okay. And then, like, discussing battle strategies around Trollocs, and then the language of fans.
Yeah, she's like, I'm so much better than you are.
Yeah. I know all these different things. Yeah.
I'm tough and smart and can do poetry stuff.
All those things. And do battle strategies.
Good. Yeah. And you're just stupid with boobs. Right?
Exactly. Which we find out is not totally true at all.
No.
She has more than just boobs.
Okay, so here's the thing. Fail has a knife in her hand, and I say, well, this escalated quickly. And she's gonna fucking stab her to death, probably. And Berlane then grabs her wrist and throws her across the room. And I have to tell you, I was so scared here.
Are you on Team Berlane or Team Fail here?
You have to hear what I thought was happening here.
Okay, oh my god, okay.
So Berlane is basically all of a sudden just like throwing Fail across the room. Like Fail is described as flying in the air.
Sure, okay.
And I thought this was happening with the power.
Oh my god,
And
okay.
I, for 1 second, thought that we were finding out that Berlane is a Forsaken.
Oh my god, this is like a boobs out of the shirt situation all over again. Oh my god, okay.
And then I was like, because other leaders are all Forsaken right now, and she's a leader of Mayene.
Trying to... Okay,
and
yeah,
we know
yeah.
there are other female.
Doing stuff, so it's like Berlane's trying to infiltrate.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh my god.
Yeah. Turns out no, though.
No, it's just like some jujitsu,
No,
like self-defense, and like flipped her over.
She's good at fighting.
She just like flipped her over her shoulder or something, like tripped her out,
But it
and
was
she's
like-
flying, so...
But like, in the writing,
Oh yeah, no, I
Berlane
get it.
grabs her by the wrist, and then Fail is flying across the room.
Yeah.
I'm trained to look for Forsaken everywhere.
I think you need to train yourself to slow down in your reading,
Oh
maybe.
my god.
Okay.
So that was dramatic.
But I
in
gotta
my
say
brain.
something. So Fael pulls the knife, but she says, I'm gonna basically shave you bald.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut all your hair off. She doesn't want to stab her to death.
It's so funny.
She's just gonna cut off her hair.
Good. Yeah.
But then Berlane tells Fael that she will take Perrin away from her and keep him as a pet. And I said, okay,
Is that the kidnapping
the
part?
last confirmation that I need for 100% this to be the hawk who's putting a leash on Perrin.
Okay.
And I feel like you can confirm this.
Okay, so this is the thing. This is the way I'm gonna confirm this for you, yes or no. At the end of the Dragon Reborn, we got introduced to Berlane, and she had like the hawk symbol.
Yes.
And as soon as that popped up, you said something like, that's the hawk from the viewing.
Yes.
And we were in the middle of this like long discussion.
About something else.
Drinks
yeah.
had been flowing for a little while for me,
For
anyways, because you were still pregnant.
Yeah.
And I said something along the lines of, really? You actually think that? And then
Yeah.
when you responded, I felt terrible because I felt I feel like I made you feel bad about your prediction being wrong.
Yes.
And I felt horrible at the time.
Did you? Because
I was so mad at myself because I like shot down that prediction too hard or too
so
heavy-handed
and so fast.
and too fast. I felt so bad, but I couldn't backtrack anything because it was you had come on that so quickly.
Yeah.
And I just like set it out as
What had
counter it.
Okay, so here's what had actually happened, and I might.
That's how I remember it. I just remember feeling terrible.
Yeah, I feel like I edited quite a bit of our actual conversation out because you made me quite upset.
Yeah,
because,
yeah, I know. I felt
because
horrible.
we were talking, and I was like, "I got it. This totally worked," and you were like, "Oh, this?" And I said, "No, the hawk," and you were like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And maybe that was you thinking you were being coy, but you made me feel
I know.
stupid. Like, I don't even know how to... But
No,
then
I
I
think
was like,
that's-
okay,
yeah.
well, there's no way that's right because
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
I felt so bad.
good.
Oh, yeah.
You should feel bad.
I felt terrible after that, but I also couldn't like redact it because
No, and
then
I
it's
feel
just
like-
like confirming. It
I
was
feel
a
like
crazy
most
situation.
of the feeling bad stuff and the you being super confused about what I was talking about, I feel like most of it got cut out.
That's fair. So
Of
people
the-
might not 100%, but like
Yeah, because it was also like the last episode of the Dragon Reborn.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so we had so many other things to talk about.
Yeah.
It was such a long episode anyway. So
It got lost, but
it got
anyways.
lost, but 100% that was my prediction from the second I saw a hawk on her.
So I will 100%
tiara.
give that to you. And I also have to apologize now for that occurrence.
I appreciate
So
that.
yeah.
Okay, well, regardless, I'm glad that that's aired and you can apologize.
Yeah.
And
It's like
that's
off my
fine.
chest now, so hopefully.
And I can say how good I am at everything.
Oh, it definitely seems like Berline's the hawk now.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. And I got it from the second we met her. So you can be proud
Congratulations.
of me
Good
instead
job.
of feeling bad.
Yeah, good job.
You must have been proud. You must have been like, wow, she's so good at everything.
Well, it was crazy because the description of the hawk was like this little thing on this little mini crown that she was wearing, and at the end of the Dragon Reborn, there's so much. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good pickup up for you. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Cool.
back to the knife fight.
Right. Except, and then, before we move on, I do have to say that there was a moment I doubted myself when I thought that Perrin and Berylane were going to meet. And we were going to find out when Perrin was going to see Rand and Berylane was leaving. And I was like, oh my god, they're crossing paths. This is it. And
But
then there was
nope.
nothing.
No interaction there.
Nothing. And I went, oh, maybe I'm actually completely wrong about this. And that's a coincidence. Except, there are no coincidences in this book series. You joking me? So
It's all for a reason.
it's
Yeah.
all for a reason. Okay, we also get when Berylane says that she's going to keep Perrin as a pet, she says Ogier's oath on it.
Yeah, and that's important at the end.
Apparently, that's like a really big deal.
Yeah, because Ogier don't break their oaths.
Right.
Let's talk about that at the end.
Okay, and we get the worst insult,
Gonna make Perrin shave his beard?
his awful beard.
No. Because Fael was the one who told...
loves it on
Fael
him.
told Perrin to grow the beard out.
Yes. So that's like just a little
Just like,
jab jab.
shots fired.
Yes.
Oh, man, okay.
So, wherever he goes, Berylane is going to find him and make him hers. And I said, well, this is just bad news, and I'm totally Team Fael.
Yeah.
You would ask me that, of course.
So, but here's the crazy thing, is that, like, Perrin doesn't seem interested. Like, there's not even an inkling of interest from Perrin towards Berylane.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
That's
not
why
even at
it's
all.
super kidnappy, and it doesn't matter, because she just wants to stick it to this girl.
Yeah,
It
okay,
has
I
nothing
get that.
to do with Perrin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, it doesn't seem like Perrin's going to change his mind on Berylane.
No,
so.
that's why it's kidnappy.
Kidnap. Okay.
So, Fael gets up, threatens her with a knife again, and they're really about to fight and showdown right here. And then Ruark all of a sudden is here, stopping all of it. And I was actually upset. I wanted to see their fight. And he's like, you're breaking the peace. And he sends Berylane off to her room and says she won't get breakfast like a child being punished.
Okay, this is good, though, because you missed the part there.
Oh.
Fael goes to punch Ruark in the ribs.
Oh,
Because he snatches the knife out of her hand, and he's like gonna go send Berylane off to bed, but then she winds up and goes to punch him, and he like catches her fist.
yeah, and
It's
doesn't
like,
let go.
Fael, why are you trying to punch this gigantic Aiel, man? We know like
Well,
Ruark's
because
pretty
she's
big.
Fael. She's so feisty.
She's hot-headed. Oh, she's in the middle of it
She's
right now.
so feisty. Okay. Anyway, apparently Ruark and Berylane had some talk when they first met
Uh-huh.
that she's embarrassed about.
We will repeat our first talk together right here if you don't go by the count of 3.
Yeah, I bet that she tried to seduce him, and it didn't go well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that it would be like super embarrassing for Fael to hear,
Okay,
like
so
Ruark shutting Berylane down.
we now know that Ruark has 2 wives.
Yeah.
And we also know that at the end of the Dragon Reborn, Berylane was like, oh, I want to have dinner with the Dragon Reborn. But also, Ruark, she was like making eyes at.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's probably...
So you think like she tried to seduce Ruark, the
Yeah.
Aiel?
Uh-huh. I think she's trying to seduce anybody. I think that it's all about power.
That's great.
If she can seduce anybody for any power, she's gonna do it.
But it's like he's an Aiel, man. It's
Mayene
like-
and Hussey.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So he takes Fael's knife away, and she's pissed off because that's her punishment. But she really likes her knife, and
Knives.
knives.
Plural.
Okay.
Both of them.
Too bad.
The one that Berylane gets from her and her other one.
Right. Okay.
And he's like, I'm going to take the rest of them if you don't
yeah.
quit it.
He's like, Dad,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this car around, and no one gets ice cream.
Nobody.
Yeah. So off she goes, thinking about how Berylane said Ogier's oath, which can't be broken, apparently. But what
Well,
if you're
they-
not an Ogier?
No, but that's the thing. Ogier's oath is basically saying if an Ogier makes an oath, they don't break their word. It's like, can you imagine Loyal making an oath and then breaking his word?
Well, no, but what
Yeah.
does it mean that Berylane says Ogier's oath? Like, that's basically her just being like,
That's
I
the thing. It's like,
swear it.
what's Fael's plan? We have no idea.
Right, because she thinks that Perrin will be hers again, and Berylane will never see him again.
Yeah.
So,
It's a weird situation.
mm-hmm.
Berylane wants to steal him. Fael's got some sort of plan.
Well, Fael's for sure going to the Two Rivers.
Yeah. So,
Like, there's no way
okay.
Perrin is leaving and Fael's not going with him at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, Perrin's pretty adamant that, like,
No.
she doesn't... No?
Nope.
Not even? She's gonna, like...
Of course.
Okay.
Especially now.
I mean, she can't not.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I don't know what's going to end up happening with this Berlin situation, but Min's viewings never lie.
That's true. That's a good point.
And, yeah. I don't really know how that's going to play out and how soon it'll play out.
That's true, too.
Right?
It could
Like,
be like
is
a
it going to
ways
be
from
like
now.
this book where Berlin is following him to the Two Rivers through the ways? Like, no.
Yeah, that seems unlikely.
No, I think that more realistically, it'll be in like a couple books from now. She'll show back up or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. So,
Okay, so now we have everybody's plans. Well, we don't have Matt's plan actually solidified,
Matt or Rand.
but for the most part, everybody sort of knows what they're doing, except we don't know what Rand's doing.
Yeah, but we do know people are splitting up right now. So.
They are.
Yeah,
They're
that's
on their
good.
way, different places. That's what I said would happen.
Yeah.
This book, I said
yeah.
we aren't staying together for sure anymore, but I don't think we're all just going to conveniently meet up in the same place again by the
At
end
the
of
end?
the book.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I think this is it. Once they split up, it'll be probably never that they're all back together.
Oh, okay. That's a big prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially
Like, I know what you mean by, like, never, but, like, they generally are not going to meet back up. So,
yeah, all
okay.
in the same boardroom discussing.
For, like, this is where we got to be, everybody.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the Moraine, this is what happened and why conversation.
Maureen explaining at the end.
Yes.
So, okay.
Maureen splaining. Maureen more splaining. Nope, I can't do it. It's right there.
I can't. I don't know.
Moraining. Well, I've already done that one.
Maureening?
All right. I think it's time that we wrap this up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Dani and Brett, edited by Dani, produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Mozyme, Moltude, Benjamin, Vince Luke, Michelle O'Brien, and Sarah Wyatt. With music by Audionautics.com. You can pick up your own The Wheel Weave shot glasses, frosty mugs, t-shirts, and more at newcreations.jen.com/collections/the-wheel-weaves. You can become a patron at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast to support us making great content. You will also get access to bonus content, bonus episodes, stickers, keychains, monthly Q&A episodes, unedited video episode releases, and more. Don't forget to join the conversation over at our Discord channel. The link is posted on our Twitter page and our Patreon page. And find us on social media on Twitter and Instagram at The Wheel Weaves Podcast. Thanks again for listening to this episode. Don't forget to tell a friend about us because referrals really are the best compliment. And I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.